Now let your arms float out to the sides, rising up like the wind underneath your branches. And open up the palms to gather in all the chi from around you and sink the chi down into the earth. Beautiful. In front, the hands drift up. Again, round out like a big hug. And then take the two hands and flip them over. Now this bottom hand just drops and falls and tosses away out to the side. Then drop the elbow, fold it in. Even the tips of your fingers might brush past your cheek and push right to us, palm over palm, pushing, pushing, pushing. We call this movement fending off the monkey. So gather back in and push. Breathe in and toss away. Fold it back in, breathe out and push. One more time. Now stay with us as one hand again tosses away, but this time bring this hand with it and step on in. Now from here, melt down. Just leaves falling off the tree. Float back up again. Melt on down. You can even sigh, big sigh as you melt down. Good. Now this hand pushes down in front of the body. And press on down. One more time. Breathe in and float up. Breathe out, float on down. Very nice. Now, this hand folds on in. Just letting the elbow drop. Get soft and relaxed. One more time. And now the fun part, we put the two together. One hand pushing down, one hand folding on in. One more time. Getting all the pieces working. And the next time, we're going to step right out to the side. And as we step out, this hand pushes. Push, 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 push. Beautiful. Now just reverse direction. Bring it all the way back so that we can do that all again. One hand pushes down and brushes around the knee as the other hand pushes. And that's actually the name of this movement. Brushing or hugging the knee and pushing. Beautiful. Now stay with us. Sit on back. Float this hand across the sky and then up and over the top. Step on in and melt on down. Floating back up. Good. One more time. This hand pushing on down, brushing down the front of your body, clearing out all the energy out of your heart, for example, making room for some fresh chi. This hand waving on in. Perfect. Now, both together. One hand pushing down, one hand folding in, even the tips of your fingers right by your cheek and chin. Last one. And the next time around, we're going to step right out to the side. Step down, brush around the knee, and push. Now stay with us as this hand drops and the other one rises up over the top. They circle around, circling and weaving together. And once again, brush around the knee and push. Drop, breathe in as you circle. Breathe out as you push around. One last time. Drop and breathe in. Over the top. Breathe out. Perfect. Good. Stay with us and sit on back. And float this hand across the sky. Once again, back over here on this side, everything goes over the top. Step on in, all together 2 times down. Exactly. Stepping on out. Brush around the knee and push. Drop and circle. And then sit on back. Float across the sky. Over the top and step on in. Take your time. 2 times, folding all together. Taking that step right out to the side. Push. Drop and circle. Weaving them all together. One more time. Nice. And sit on back and float across the sky, but stay with us as this bottom hand floats up. And these 2 hands change position and begin to drift across the sky like 2 clouds. They're somewhere up there above the canopy of this forest. Clouds are floating by. Here you are, waving your hands like clouds. Breathe in as you change. Breathe out as you drift across. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now stay with us. In this corner, this hand makes a hook, and the other hand opens, open, 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 open. And then there's a little resting place. We call it the sweet spot. And then release that hook and let this float down. And once again, cloud hands across the sky 2 times. There's 1. Changing. There's 2. And again, this hand makes a hook in the corner and then open out. We call this the single whip. Let's add to it, making multiple whips here. Float across and open. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And release that hook. Let it float on down. And 2 clouds across the sky. Beautiful. Now stay with us. Something new is coming. This time, step on in as you hook. And stepping on out, single whip and open, open, open. Beautiful. Circling back around. Single whip. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then here, rise up, opening the palms up to the sky. Beautiful. Now like the bamboo tree, ready to grow, reach on forward. Reach, 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 reach. And then bring it back. Very nice. As you reach on forward, one hip's got to go out to the side. That's your Tai Chi hip going out behind you there. And breathe in. Very nice. Reaching out one last time and then let it fall all the way down. Whatever you can manage to hold on to there, whether it's your ankle or your thigh, your knee. One hand reaches up towards the sky. Still breathing. The first principle of surrender is patience. Patience. Here we are in this moment. That's all there is. Nothing else is coming. Breathe out and breathe in, rising up over the top, but stay with us as this hand comes up and over the top and weaves together and push. Brush around the knee and push. Well, it's lucky we had all those movements to back us up there, isn't it? Circling all the way around. Rush around and push. Beautiful. One more time. And then sit on back and float this hand across the sky, but this hand comes up like a cloud and 2 clouds across the sky. There's 1. Breathe in. There's 2. One more cloud. And this time again, step in, take your time, and hook, stepping out, single whip, open, open, open. And let's just roll it on back again. You'll notice the care we're taking as we step because there's all kinds of stuff on the ground to trip us up or have us slip. But even if you're on a flat carpet, take the same kind of care. Open your eyes. Feel the ground under your feet. And now from here, rise, rise up, rise, palms open to the sky, and reach on forward. I'm going to try to see if I can touch the back of CJ's neck. Nope, can't quite get there. All the way back up. Reach, 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 reach. And come on back. You can reach a little bit. It's just fine with me. Reaching on out and then let it fall all the way down. Again, surrender. And the second principle of surrender is gratitude. You may wonder, how far should I be stretching? First of all, I don't care. And second of all, I'm just grateful that you're here with us. I'm grateful that I can get this far. Now to come on out, this whole part right here softens. And then breathe in, up and over. This hand coming over the top, brushing around the knee, and push. Drop in circle, breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. And then sit on back and float this hand across the sky right to the center. Step on in a little bit and big hug right there. Inhale and open. Fingertips come floating back together. That was terrific. That was terrific. Float on down and sink the chi. Beautiful. Now stay with us. The hands float back up in front again. Round out for a big hug. Inhale and open. And this hand drops and falls and becomes a cloud, waving hands across the sky. As it reaches over here in this corner, step on in and hook. Stepping on out to the side, a big single whip. One more time. Now stay with us. Reversing direction. This one comes up and over the top and down, 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 down. Again, people ask me, how down is down? How low do I go? I don't really care. I don't mind how far you go. Because we're floating back up again, number one. And because it's not about getting low. It's about surrender. Just so let go. Just keep smiling. And you'll be in the right spot. Up and open. Back down and through. The snake crawls through the grass. One more time. And then release that hook and let it float on down, waving hands. And as you get to this corner, step on in and hook. Stepping on out, single whip. Let it float on back 2 times. Once more. And then reverse direction, up and over the top and down. Float back up again, all the way down. Breathe in and rise. Breathe out and fall. And then up and open. And then reverse direction back down and through. over the top. The snake crawls through the forest. One more time. And then right here, open up the hands, open up the palms. And reach, 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 reach. Bring it on back. One more time. Reaching out, reach. I can almost touch the other palm, the bamboo tree. Bring it on back. One last time, reach on out, and then this elbow comes down to the thigh, and the other hand floats right over the top of your head. The extended angle. Still breathing. And again, the third principle of surrender is generosity. So be good to yourself. Be generous to yourself. What a good job you're doing. What a good job you're doing. To come on out of here, this whole part gets soft and then floats back up towards the sky, over the top, and brush around the knee and push. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful sit on back. Float across the horizon, but this hand comes under like a cloud. And 3 times the cloud floats across the sky. There's 1, 2. And now take your time and step on in and hook. Step on out, single whip. Roll it on back again. And reverse direction, the snake creeps through the grass. Down, down, down. Float back up and open. Nicely done. Down and through. One more time, over the top. And here, open. Open the palms to the sky. Reach on forward, out to the other part of the forest. Bring it on back. Reach on out. Come back to your center. One last time. Reaching, 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 and then this elbow comes to the thigh. This hand over the top of the ear. The 5th principle of surrender is commitment. Commitment is a principle we learn in Tai Chi and yoga both. Because what we learn is commitment isn't really commitment until it gets hard. Before that, it's not commitment, it's just easy. Breathe. Breathe out and soften. Breathe in and up and over the top, circling over, brushing around the knee, and push. Breathe in. Breathe out and stay with us as we sit on back. Wipe the slate clean right to the center and step on in. Very good. Inhale and open. The fingertips come drifting back together. Hands flatten and float on down. And one more time, sinking the chi.